Hello, my friends. I want to share a recipe with you today that is the perfect recipe for feeding a crowd and for making a head. This is one of the most popular recipes on Family Savvy blog. It has been viewed, shared, and followed over 1 million times, and there's good reason. Okay, the wonderful thing about this baked ziti is it makes 2 casserole size portions, or you can do one jumbo. I prefer separating it or dividing it into 2 separate casseroles because you can freeze one, eat one, you can freeze both to pull out for later. And if you serve these at a dinner party, you would just want to start with one, and if for some reason no one eats out of this one, you can stick it back in the freezer or send it home with a friend. So this is how you make baked ziti ahead of time. You make it in stages. So the 2 most difficult parts, or the most time-consuming, not difficult, parts of this baked ziti are browning the ground meat, and I use beef. Sometimes I'll add Italian sausage. That takes about 20-ish minutes to get it fully browned. And then you simmer the sauce. That's about another 30 minutes. So there is one of your biggest time suckers. And then the other, not quite as much time, but it is time, about 20 minutes to boil your pasta. So we are serving this at our small group tonight, but last night I had time and I thought I'm going to cut out the 2 most time-consuming parts of ziti, and it'll be a breeze to throw together tomorrow. So last night I did the meat sauce and the pasta, and I just covered this, put it in the fridge, and then I covered that, put it in the fridge, and then I've just pulled them out and I'm about to pull everything together. So in addition to the meat sauce, you're going to have your ricotta layer, ricotta cheese. So it's ricotta. Some people say ricotta, but either way, so I'm gonna put that in a bowl, and then a cup of sour cream. This is reduced fat. I would not use fat-free. Fat is flavor. Reduced fat has plenty of flavor. So we've got that, and then 1 egg. Okay. All right. Now I'm also going to add just about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning just to give it a little kick. Okay. You can use the Italian seasoning of your choice. You could put red pepper flakes, but either way, I'm going to mix this up. So this is your ricotta layer. You could actually use cottage cheese instead of ricotta. Cottage cheese is an excellent substitute for ricotta if you're making lasagna or something like that. Okay, so here we go. So meat sauce, cheese sauce, pasta's done, and this is a time saver. The cheeses that are key players in this baked ziti are mozzarella and provolone. Now there is some Parmesan, but I used to buy sliced provolone to layer, and then I would put mozzarella. So I was doing 2 different layers. I just found this at Target, mozzarella and provolone together. So that helps me skip a step, makes it much easier. So this is all that you do. We have our pans. I love going to Dollar Tree and getting these casserole pans. They're perfect for the freezer, and if you carry them to a party, they're fabulous because you toss them when done. You don't have to wash anything. Okay, so I'm just going to get a measuring cup. So this is a 2-cup measure. You're going to start, your first layer is going to be the sauce. And I thought I would spray these pans, but you want to spray them with olive oil or avocado oil just to make sure nothing sticks. Okay, so I'm gonna put 2 cups in each. Then you just wanna spread it out. Let me get another. So you wanna spread it, shake it where it just covers the bottom of the pan. It's actually easier, guys, just to shake it. You want it to cover the bottom. So that's the first layer. Just like this. Okay, so the order in which you assemble your baked ziti is sauce, your ziti. You can use penne pasta also. Give it a little shake. Then another layer of sauce. Oops, guys, look at that. Blooper. Not ready for the sauce. We need our cheese. Okay, so guys, because we're feeding a crowd and cheese is a good thing, we're gonna use a whole package for this layer. It's only a cup. So there we have, see, that looks great. So sauce, ziti, and then another cup of provolone and mozzarella. Remember, this is mixed. Okay, so you might have to use your hands, very clean hands. Okay, so we have sauce, the ziti pasta, the mozzarella. Now we're going to go back for another layer of sauce. Add a little more. Then we're gonna spread it just like this. When I tell you people rave over this, even the ladies go back for seconds. It's so good, and leftovers are incredible. Okay, so we have that layer. And we have this, got it all spread out. Guys, it's just so easy. All I'm doing is assembling. All of the work was done last night. Okay, so here is the ziti. And you may not use as much ziti as called for in the recipe, but if you're feeding a crowd, the more pasta you have, the less likely you are that someone will leave hungry or that you'll run out of food. Because pasta is very filling. So here we go with that. And here we go with another layer. And I'm sort of piling this on because we're not gonna have another layer of pasta. This is our last one. So guys, I'm just gonna use, I think I'm just gonna do just like that. And here is cheese. So now I'm gonna use half of a cup on each because we're about to add our ricotta cheese layer. Okay. This already smells great because everything's already cooked. You're just reheating. Okay, now we're gonna end with the ricotta cheese layer, but because there is still some sauce, I'm just gonna add sauce like this. I'm just gonna pick it up because I love the way the sauce tastes with that yummy ricotta baked on top. Now, if you had used all of your sauce, then you would just put the ricotta layer over the pasta. There's really no right way. This is just the recommended way. But here we go. And you do want to end either with the pasta sauce or the ricotta because it seals in the pasta and it keeps it from drying out. You don't want the pasta to be exposed directly to the heat. So we're going to smooth this out. And now we're gonna finish with the ricotta layer. And we're gonna put, I like to just sort of space it around where it's easier to spread. Okay. Oh, guys, when I tell you, y'all are gonna die when you make this. Okay, so now I'm gonna use my spatula to really get it all out. You don't wanna waste any of this. Okay. Okay, now, sometimes, as you can see, the sauce will peek out from underneath and it's not perfectly. It's like this. You can see it sort of blends with the meat sauce. That's perfectly fine. It doesn't have to be solid white and the layers don't have to be perfect because we're gonna finish this with Parmesan cheese anyway. So here we go. I highly, highly recommend that if you're gonna serve this at a party or a gathering, that you at least do what I did, make it a day ahead and just finish it the day of the party. If that's not an option, I recommend making it and freezing it and then thawing a day before and then baking it the day of the party. And here's why. Starting something like this from start to finish takes up a lot of time. And on the day of a party or an event, you don't want all of your time to be spent in the kitchen. You want to be able to clean, run to the store if you need to. Guys, I'm going to gather one more thing. Okay, I'm going to use this last cheese. So I'm going to put a half a cup of cheese. Now, when you bake this, the first 45 minutes of baking, this is covered, so you don't have to worry about the cheese burning or the pasta really drying out, but you always want the pasta to be covered if possible to keep it moist. Okay, so we have this cheese, and now I'm just going to finish with some Parmesan. Okay. I love this Parmesan from Kirkland just because I make a lot of this type of thing and it's just so easy to grab. Tons of it and just shake it on. That, my friends, is how easy it is to make a dish that people will be falling all over themselves for seconds. Bake to Ziti, make ahead, freezer friendly. These two pans, one pan should yield 10 to 12 servings. So you can feed between 20 and 24 people. And if you add, when I serve this, I typically add, sorry guys, got stuff on my hand. I typically do crusty artisan bread. I made this sourdough this morning and a big salad. Ziti bread and salad is the perfect meal. So hope you will give this a try. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. The link to the full recipe is below. I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for following. Hope you'll subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content and would like to have more. And until next time, as always, be blessed and stay savvy.